then we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I'm sure the records are probably in a basement somewhere if they haven't been burned already. But by the way, speaking of the records, that's something I forgot to mention is that in the early 80s, Clarence's son, Forrest Roberts, was... there was some suspicion, of course, that some of his sons may have been involved in this conspiracy, and so he was drugged before a grand jury. I think this was 1982, and given legal immunity and forced to testify. So you can always claim the Fifth Amendment, but if you've got immunity, well, you can't plead the Fifth Amendment. So he was forced to tell what he knew. And but the deliberations of the grand jury are, of course, always secret, so nobody knows what exactly he said. But no indictments were handed down. And my attorney buddy, James T. Roberts, seemed to find this kind of significant.
Friends.
Yeah, we're buddies. But he seemed to find this significant in terms of resolving the question of did the children have anything to do with it or not? And he seemed to think not. And they probably didn't.
Well, and you were talking about this when we were chatting about this before, Joe, is that for that immunity, if he had gone in and said he didn't know anything, and then after the fact it was found out that Clarence was alive or that he was involved in some way, then his immunity is no longer valid.
Yeah, you have to tell the truth. Yeah,
the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
You got to do that.
No partial truths.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's true.
So I don't think that the children, they might have, but I kind of doubt it. I mean, who the hell knows? This is kind of a dysfunctional family. Definitely, Clarence Roberts was an upstanding citizen who turned out to not be so upstanding after all.
True.
It happens from time to time.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
How's the flight out here?
How was the what?
Well, two of us flew.
Was something happening?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in Seattle?
It took us 3 tries to hit the ground finally in Seattle, yeah.
So when we left Portland, it was rainy, it was cloudy, it wasn't all that nice. Anybody doesn't know, by the way, we're from Portland, Oregon. And we knew the weather was going to be nice out here, so I presumed, no big deal. The city of Seattle, where our first connection was completely socked in to the point that we are making our descent. We can see the ground, sort of, maybe. And okay, lean back, we're going to land. And then the pilot pushed the throttle forward, and we lifted off again.
Yeah.
And he said, sorry, folks, it's too foggy. We can't land. I couldn't see.
I'm brand new at this.
He didn't actually.
I still got my learning permit. Yeah.
But he said, I have to come back around. I'll make another approach. So we do the whole circling thing again. And we come down. We can kind of see the ground from my window. Everything's great. And again, he hits the throttle. Up we go. And he circles and he says, I'm sorry, folks. Again, I couldn't see the ground. We're going to make a third try. And just so you know, if we can't land, we'll have to take you back to Portland. I was panicking because I could not imagine the number of connections I was going to have to make in order to get here.
I kind of wanted to turn around and go back to Portland right about then because I had this picture in my mind of this pilot up there saying, I'm going to get her on the ground no matter what. And so I was kind of wanting to just go back to Portland. But
I guess it was poor planning on our part to have you guys both on the same plane.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I won't do it again.
Yeah, no, we got to all fly separate flights now. I know, and Devin, meanwhile, was in a car somewhere in the Midwest. I don't know where she was.
I don't know where I was either.
Yeah,
I don't know where I've been.
She was blindfolded. Yeah, we put a hood on her. But we got on the ground, and everybody was happy, and I congratulated the pilot on his good landing because he did get us down in one piece. And
he said, "Thanks for rubbing it in."
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks, jerk.
Yeah. Hey, but then we got another flight from Seattle to here, and that actually didn't crash either. So we're here.
So it was good.
Yeah, it's a good
Food
thing.
was expensive.
There's a question in the back.
Oh, question where?
Back there.
Prior to today, you folks have kept a pretty low profile.
We have.
Yeah.
After this weekend, there's literally going to be
All selfies all the time.
hundreds of pictures of you online.
Yes.
Well, actually, we're going to issue a lot of takedown requests and get rid of them.
Yeah.
Let him finish his question.
That's the problem, too, is that whenever I post for a picture, I always come out looking stupid. And there's got to be all these pictures of me looking kind of stupid, and I'm really...
But he didn't finish his question.
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts going from being completely anonymous to now everybody knows what you look like?
It's weird.
That's the thing is... A little
Nervous.
bit, yeah. Nobody really knows, and so we'll find out. I'm sure it won't be that bad. I mean,
You've seen us. We're pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean,
We are.
So we're expecting a lot of fanfare.
Yeah. No.
It was a live podcast. Was this everything you guys thought?
It's okay. It's weird.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah,
We have to be really on it.
So here's
Joe usually says, like, let me start that over again, like 5 times
Oh
in a
yeah,
row.
the magic of editing. You got to understand, this is obviously not how we record. We usually record in a small room, facing each other. So it's very strange to have to do this back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, we
It's
don't have
weird.
any cats in here. Any cats in here? No. Okay. Yeah.
I really did expect somebody to start using a litter box. It would
Yeah.
have made us feel like we were at home.
Actually, I've got one right down here. It's coming very handy. But yeah. But to answer your question, yeah, we'll see how it all pans out. You know, the internet's a crazy place. You know, it's scary.
But the thing, if you guys, I don't know if you guys like read the interview that that I did with the crime con informant, but really we kind of hit a point where it was just not feasible to keep hiding, right? We've been doing this for 4 years, which is insane, and we just really realized that you guys are fucking awesome.
What? Clean your mouth. That was so funny.
And you are going to be amazing and supportive as you have been. I mean, we've been kind of looking at social and seeing the responses, and everybody's been amazing. And we just really wanted to come meet you guys. And at that point, it just wasn't worth hiding anymore because it just seemed too cool to get the chance to meet you guys. So.
That's it. By the way, when I said that we're worried about all the psychos, I didn't mean any of you guys. You guys are cool.
Just the crazies on Facebook.
We have friends at home are going to be like, oh my God, you're the person from making that podcast.
I think most of our friends know.
Maybe,
I had
yeah.
one. I started a new job recently, and I had somebody was like, do you do a podcast? And I was like, yeah. Dang
I have
it.
one person at the office that knows, and
Yeah.
I am curious to see what happens.
Yeah.
Because it's a big company, and I'm just like, God, don't call me out in the middle of a giant meeting, please.
Oh, you're the one who does all those murder things.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I keep finding on the printer.
And
We don't print at work.
I have lots of friends and family that know, but none of them listen. Although, actually, my nieces listen. So, and by the way, hi Lolo, hi Rachel, hi Charlotte.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
my boyfriend is here, and this is the very first time he's ever heard anything related to the podcast ever.
Yeah,
So.
and Steve's married.
You're
His wife won't listen to us either.
She doesn't care.
She hears enough of me.
Yeah.
It's
It's
true.
really what it is.
It's true. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
It's two-parter.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Part for John.
Like you know a lot about firearms.
Me?
Yes.
The German accent.
Yes.
Ah, it's a German accent. Yeah. My German accent sucks, but I did have actually, I'm about a quarter German. And so I did have, ancestors who spoke German. And I actually took a year of German. But my German accent still really blows. I took other foreign languages too, so it's really sad when I try to do an accent in one language, it comes out sounding like Italian, and then my
You do not
Spanish
sound
accent sounds like
Italian.
German, and then it's pathetic. As far as the firearms thing, well, we live in Oregon, which is kind of the Wild West, and so everybody has guns out there.
We
so you
have
can't help but
carriages.
learn a little bit about that whole topic. I wouldn't consider myself an expert.
There was yeah.
What's that?
Chupi shows up, can completely answer any mystery that you're in.
Oh God, no. I hate this question so much.
That.
You guys have
Yeah.
I
be like, what happens to the left song?
Yeah, I mean, it might be that. I think the thing about mysteries is that I'm only interested when they're unsolved. Because, that Lori Erica Ruff case got solved recently, and I was like, well, dang it.
I know.
That's so boring.
I know that, and
I
that
feel like
episode
that's the case.
That episode is still out there too, so people can go into our back catalog and listen to that and think, "You morons!" I mean, everybody knows
It's
who
solved.
Lori Erica Ruff is, for Christ's
Yeah.
sakes.
I mean, it's like the Facebook.
Yeah.
You can react to comments. No. But no, I mean, I think for me, I don't have a case that I want solved. I mean, I have cases I want solved for the people involved, but on a personal level, it's more interesting if they're not solved. So
They are. I do. Well, if I were to I would probably get Chupi to tell me, who D.B. Cooper was, and then I would murder Chupi and take credit for it, because Yeah, I really want to solve that case myself. I mean, I'll take Choopy solving it, but I prefer to do it myself.
He's
like
not
I said.
lying.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I think I would want to, if I could get the answer from Choopy, I'd want to know about his best buddy, which is Bigfoot. And I want to know the truth, not because I like Bigfoot, but because I'm tired of the TV show. And I really just let's put it to bed. It's a guy in a monkey suit, or it's the real thing. Like, let's just have it out and be done.
Ghosts for you, because you also hate those ghost shows.
Well, you're going to open a can of worms.
Okay.
I mean, do we want to make this my therapy session? Because I got a lot of issues.
Yeah. I got one more question, and then we're out of time. But quickly.
Which one of you three came up with the idea of let's make a podcast?
I think it was collective.
It was. I think it was a little bit more Steve, because Steve has always wanted to do something that would go kind of viral on the internet, and so.
But I stayed off of YouTube.
Yeah, he didn't do YouTube. But you did a couple of websites that were kind of like, you did
Fun.
the whole. Yeah, they were fun, but they didn't really take off. But then he thought, we should do one of those podcast things.
We're funny.
Yeah.
We're awesome.
We're super smart.
Exactly.
Millions of people will listen to us.
And then it was a question of, well, what do we talk about? And so it didn't take us too long to figure out the unsolved mysteries.
Easy.
But we did debate some other things like cooking show and camping show.
Still doing that.
Yeah,
We thought about true crime. I hear that's popular, but
true crime wasn't really our wheelhouse,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think we're
actually running over here. We're about 5 minutes
Sorry,
over.
guys.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But we'll be in Podcast Row again tomorrow at some point. What time in the morning, right?
Yeah, I believe
10
so.
a.m.
I can pull the schedule out. And then we also have a panel on Sunday that will be moderating.
Yeah.
Citizen detectives.
Woohoo!
So
101. Yeah.
all right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. We love you.
Hi, Mom.
She doesn't listen. Shut up.
Hi. Sorry we ran over. We're not going to screw
You
you
cannot
up.
have any. That is what. You heard. No. That's